Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you all had a good Christmas. So yeah, we're back on the truck now. We've already had, the royal we. We've already had a bit of a mess about with the wings to get the gaps much better. It's starting to look better already. Again, along the doors, the gap's looking nice. It's sitting a bit flush. Took a bit of trimming, a bit of twisting. So didn't really video on any of it, just because. But we're now going to start. Now we've got a good place to start off on the wings. Going to cut out the arch and the step, because as I say, we've got a good starting point now to start lining up the rest of the panels. But before we do that, got to take the seats out. Obviously, it's not the best, but I do think I want to keep them, so we're not going to damage it with sparks and mess from the grinding. So yeah, we'll get on with that. So just before I start cutting, I just wanted to explain what I'm going to do. This arch is double skinned and don't want to cut too much away and ruin what's behind it. So I'm just going to cut along this top lip here, somewhere around the bottom, and then along the lip underneath. Remove this piece, see what we've got to work with, and then start looking at putting the new arch panel in. So start cutting. Okay, so we've cut out this section of the arch from here to try and reveal the second skin, if you like, underneath. So it's spot welded along this edge. So just gonna clean it up, reveal the spot welds, and then drill them out. Let's go. Okay, just thought I'd pause, just getting a bit ahead here. Just wanted to show for anyone who's not done like removal of spot welds before. So essentially, you clean back the paint along the edge that's spot welded, find your spot welds and then drill them out. I'm lucky enough to be using this, but normally you would just get a spot weld drill bit and find them, drill them out with that, and then it's a case of just getting in the seam and popping it off. So we'll carry on with that, hopefully get this bit off and try and reveal what we're looking for is this return in the arch, so we can start figuring out where the step's going to go. so that's all the arch out from the wing down to this point here. It's not too bad inside. It could be a lot worse, but that's all treatable. So the next step is the step. Released what's left of the arch there because it'll only come up so far, but we can take that off afterwards. But we're just going to cut sort of around here now, just to get as a starting point, so we can start trying that out.
A few moments later.
So, strange transition in the video because we're actually a couple of weeks on now. When I was cutting out the step, the camera died, so we just carried on a little bit, and then I got man flu, so I didn't come in for a week. So Dev has carried on and got the step in, tacked the step in. Made this repair panel here, cut some more out of the arch, and started cutting out in here. You can see here, this panel that Dev has made is just to basically start repairing the floor, tie into the bulkhead, the inner arch lip. It's pretty good. Go around this side, show another little repair panel that he's made and welded in, which is in here because that was this big old scabby piece. Yeah, we don't want that. So we're going to carry on with tying the A post back into the arch, get a bit more structure in. This is Dev. Yeah, we'll carry on with this bit, start getting this tacked in, welded in, and then making up the pieces to tie in the A-pillar. So we'll get the camera set up and try again. Alright, you may or may have not noticed that it wasn't me doing the welding. That was obviously Dev. And short of it is, he's a lot better than me. A lot more experienced in this sort of stuff. So, why mess about? Get it done properly, eh? Just show you what he's done. So that's the panel that we showed you earlier that he's made. All welded in, finished up nicely. And in the floor here, tied back in to the A-post there. Obviously we've still got a hole at the front and all of this to deal with, but that's another day. So tying this A-post back in, Dev has started on making this piece, which will go on there and fill in the gap there. Obviously it's not the same as the original where it's got this return in here, and this could become a water trap So what we're going to do is put a return in there. I don't know if you can see that properly, but basically put a return in there to stop water getting stuck in, where you can see the light there. So we're going to wrap this episode up now. It's getting too late to do any more welding to let everything cool down before we can leave. So just want to do another quick shout out to the Mercedes T1, T2 appreciation group on Facebook, because this area here, I've got that in shot, but yeah, so all this area here, it's so rotten on both sides that we didn't have any reference point as to what any of this should look like, whether it had like bracketry to pick up the wing or anything like that. So I literally just put a quick post on there, and within half hour, loads of replies. This is what it should look like, this is what mine look like when it's done, etc, etc. Just, again, I've said it before, but just a really helpful bunch. So if you are doing one of these, just get involved. They're really good. For anyone who's asking, or maybe thinking why we're just all concentrating on this side and not doing anything that side, when you start cutting stuff out, everything gets a bit floppy and loose. Also, this side, the driver's side, is a lot worse than the passenger side, so we've got some good stuff to reference from over there to take measurements, make sure that the floor goes back in the right place, etc, etc. And then once we've done this side, we can make a start on the passenger side, and again, reference back off this side. So I'm going to be away for a couple of weeks, so I think Dev's going to do some filming for me, and just carry on a little bit here and there. He says yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks again for watching, as always, and don't forget to like, drop a comment if you want to see any more of anything or any less or whatever. Subscribe if you want to see more, and share it. Show your mates. Cheers.